paid $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6. With the help of your tax dollars. Thank you very much. Just got home.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a wild debate over government benefits, a luxury Range Rover, and a shocking claim about losing thousands in assistance. The opening sets the tone fast, and the controversy only gets bigger from here.
From DHS today, they're trying to tell me that I have to sell my 2024 Range Rover that I just bought. Okay, I put $10,000 down on this car, my dream freaking car. And they're trying to tell me if I don't sell it, because this is considered a big asset, if I don't sell it and get rid of it, I will lose my $4,000 food stamps, my $2,000 cash assistance, my Section 8, my disability, and my kid's disability. So pretty much, if you are on government benefits, you can't drive nice things. You can't have nice things. They literally want me to sell my car, my Range Rover, that I have wanted all my life, if I want to keep feeding my kids. They're literally taking the food from my children's mouths because they know I can't work. I cannot work. It's been 13 years, okay? 13 years. Over a car? Over a Range Rover? Are you kidding me? This is what they're doing to us. This is what...
All right, guys, now the debate shifts from luxury spending to the bigger question. Are benefits creating a cycle of dependence? One mother argues that working could cost her assistance, while her son questions whether staying broke is really the answer.
Stamps are Section 8 for the southern states in the month of November. Yes, the federal government just reported that the southern states will not be receiving food stamp benefits or Section 8 benefits in the month of November. And I have mixed emotions about this because I know some people really, really need this assistance. But at the same time, most motherfuckers is just abusing the system. Most motherfuckers do really need this. They just go out having motherfucking kids just so they can draw motherfucking food stamps. And nobody told y'all to lay down with all these motherfucking deadbeat baby daddies and keep having all these motherfucking kids and knowing they wasn't gonna help you take care of them or support them, but you was just doing it to get motherfucking government benefits. So, you know, it's a mixed emotions, it's a mixed bag, man. You have some people that really need it, but a lot of motherfucking people is just abusing the fucking system. So I really don't know how I feel about it.
Things get even more heated as the mother openly encourages her son to rely on government assistance instead of working. Then another woman explains her failed attempts to find employment, leading to an unexpected and disturbing explanation for why she says she has struggled to get a job.
My Section 8, then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're going to count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you got to say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
But Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful. I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8.
You gotta be broke so the government can help you.
So the government can help me. So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? Like that's like all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses. So you telling me I got to go through the same thing you went through?
If you don't do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And I'm
won't they be like?
Won't they can go get yours at ease? You can go get a nice house.
No, they will look at that and be like, he's doing something and give me a bigger house, Ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go? I don't have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
Okay, but if you do that, you're gonna have to go the hard way. It's gonna take a long.
So what? That's what I'm saying.
A few months, get on Section 8, find you a nice apartment, go get.
Now we see another side of the benefits debate as one woman describes losing access to EBT and suddenly having to budget every dollar. What sounds like a simple grocery trip turns into a revealing conversation about spending habits, food choices, and financial responsibility.
Could go get a job and actually afford unsubsidized rent, not being subsidized by the taxpayer. You could go do that. You are literally choosing not to because you want to build your business. Why the are you allowed to leech off the taxpayer?
I'm not leeching off of anybody.
Yes,
and I have tried.
Tried what?
My last job, I had a really bad situation
Tell.
where I was interviewing men in particular, and every time I got on the screen with them, they got their little willies out and started whacking him. I'm trying.
What's your try?
I have plans on.
This section introduces the poverty trap argument, showing how earning slightly more money can sometimes mean losing valuable assistance. But the discussion takes a sharp turn when cash-only work and tax concerns enter the conversation, raising serious questions about how the system affects people trying to move forward.
Today, and for the first time ever, I had to use my debit card instead of my EBT card. It was honestly a humbling experience. You know how hard it was to actually have to pay attention to the prices? What was new to me as well was having to actually look at the prices. So before, I used to be able to just grab it and throw it in the cart, random it, things that I need, things that I don't need, I just throw it in the cart. But now I have to actually pay attention to the prices. And I honestly didn't realize how expensive it was. Budgeting really sucks. So now, instead of being able to buy cookies and chips and candy and sodas, now I actually have to buy food. I can't be buying snacks anymore. No more name brand stuff. Everything has to be great value. You wanna know how much these were? $1.98. No more Doritos, no more Fritos, no more, none of that. But like I said, very, very humbling experience, you know? Now I gotta get...
The confrontation reaches another level when a landlord describes a damaged property, eviction battles, and what he sees as a lack of accountability. Then the discussion turns toward work, disability claims, and a mother's choices, creating one of the most controversial moments in the entire video.
Somebody's gonna have to pay here if they're not on Section 8.
For a 2-bedroom apartment, it will be $3,500.
And do you think Section 8 kind of incentivizes people to stay poor, that way they can stay inside of the brackets to get the cheap housing?
I will say so. It got to be another way. I'll say so. But however, we need Section 8 to survive. Otherwise, how can we do it? And if we make a certain amount of money, a little bit of money, more money, then we don't get that support.
Yes,
and it's hard.
It's kind of like twisted, because if you do well, then you're going to be paying more. But if you
That's crazy.
If you pay,
I have a bachelor's degree in clinical psychology. If I go to work, a regular job, I won't be getting any help. I could only come out here whenever I got a little time to make extra money to survive.
What's a good day of business like out here?
I'm not gonna respond to that.
No, we can't do that for taxes, right?
Huh?
We can't do that for taxes,
No,
right?
I didn't say that.
Now there's...
The conversation now returns to benefit reductions, and the reaction is blunt. Some people argue assistance was never meant to become a permanent lifestyle. The speaker questions long-term dependence and says families may need to return to simpler living and tighter budgeting.
Problem with Section 8, anybody that watches my videos knows I'm a huge fan of Section 8 property and Section 8 investing. However, I've got to share with you some of the problems that we face with Section 8. All right, problem number one is there's no appreciation that they will destroy a house and feel no remorse moving on to the next one. Number two, there's this level of entitlement that they are owed this, that they're owed a free house and free vouchers and food stamps and whatever else. They all seem to have pets. Why, if you can't afford rent, can you afford a dog? Number four problem is they are entitled to free legal advice to defend them when they destroy a house like this and fight eviction court. And worse, the tragedy of this whole thing, and the worst part is there is no accountability, because she kept her voucher even after destroying my place, fighting the eviction court for 5.
The message becomes even more direct as the speaker explains why some taxpayers have little sympathy for people receiving benefits while maintaining expensive lifestyles. Then the final clip begins with an astonishing claim: a family of 6 paying only $50 in rent.
Work 40 hours a week, 9 to 5.
I don't want to.
There it is. Government, Kansas, Missouri, take away her food stamps right now. Did you just hear that? Take them away. I'm not even kidding.
I will say...
You don't want to? F you. That is not a choice.
I really don't want to.
Huh?
I don't want to.
Then that is not fair. That is not a choice. Subsidies should be there, and even more for those who cannot. You can, and you're choosing not to because you do not want to. And I knew the more and more I pushed on it, we would find out that you're doing this because you want to. Straight up, not because you can. Using ADHD and autism? Yes, is he able to communicate with other people?
Yes.
Okay, then I don't want to hear it.
Maybe.
They're all getting diagnosed with this. If he's able to communicate with people and he's able to do things, and you're right, he probably didn't need the accommodations that you're thinking based on everything you're telling us. The more information is unlocked, the more we're finding out he could probably just go to school.
Well, he is back in regular school now because he was missing things that should have been taught when he was in kindergarten and first grade.
Who would have fucking thought?
And we needed help filling those holes.
Well, you would make more money, by the way, getting a babysitter that could watch 2 hours.
November, they told all the southern states to hold back Section 8 and their EBT benefits, okay? So that means that no Thanksgiving and no Christmas, okay? So therefore, you know what? Whoop-de-doo, okay? Whoop-de-doo. Because let me tell you something, American people. It was only supposed to have been a temporary thing, okay? I'm hearing people all up on this internet here talking about what they're gonna do. They was getting $4,200 a month. Oh, what they was gonna do. They was getting $1,200 a month in food stamps. But they all on iPhones. You're on iPhones, you're on Android. That's a luxury, okay? To the government, that's a luxury, okay? To the government, you're not supposed to have cable, okay? To the government, there's a lot of things that was not prioritized right on Section 8, because Section 8, was supposed to be on it for 20 years, okay? To get food stamps, was supposed to get food stamps for 17 years. I hear one lady said that she had one child starting on it, but she got 6. How did you do that? Okay, I can understand maybe 1 or 2, the second one slipped out, but you had another 4 more. So my thing is, you don't get no sympathy for people like that, because my thing is, then I hear a lady that was in a wheelchair and she's sympathetic, but then she got 8 children. How you do that? How you lay down in the bedroom and you get 8 children and you're in a wheelchair? I don't understand. So my thing is, it was only supposed to be temporary, okay? So what you got to do, okay, because back in the days, we didn't have no Hot Pockets. Back in the days, we didn't have all this extra foolishness, juices up on the refrigerator, all kinds of cereals. Okay, you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to oatmeal and you got to go back to cornflakes, okay? Rice and chicken never gets old, okay? You're going to have to go back to cinnamon sugar on buttered toast. You got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to evaporated milk and sugar. That's your milk right there, honey, and put some little sweetener in it. And that's what you got to go back to. You got to go back to the basics. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That never gets old, okay? You got to go back to Spam sandwiches. You got to go back to liverwurst, and you got to go back to those type of meats and stuff by the bulk, okay? Sardines in cans never get old, and crackers. You've got to go back to the basics, okay? So this is why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from American people, because we've been trying to get it out of the mud. Some of us only have $300 to $500 to last us to the next payday, and we got to divide that into 14 days, and we got to make it do what it do, okay? So that's why you're not getting a lot of sympathy from people who have to work, because we're paying for that. We're paying into that for you guys to live a life of luxury. I've seen people with...
And here comes the payoff. After proudly thanking taxpayers for the $50 apartment, the woman claims she received a 30-day eviction notice after the video was reported. The story ends with the commentator calling it a consequence of publicly bragging about her benefits. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
And I only pay $50 in rent. Does that make you angry? Does that make you shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face? I paid $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6. With the help of your tax dollars. I just wanted to come on here and thank all the taxpayers for allowing me and my children to eat tonight. And we have some... Why you keep dropping your fork? We have some corn on the cob. We have some cube steak and some rice. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. So because of that video I made of my family of 7 living in a 2-bedroom apartment and me only paying $50, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days. So now I need a lawyer thanks to y'all taxpayers that are so mad that you're paying my $50 in rent for my 2-bedroom apartment for a family of 7. I don't know how y'all even found out where I live. It's a 10-story apartment building. Y'all found out where I live. Y'all contacted